Alright, hello and welcome to another Why Would You Use. So, today we're going to be talking about the Ohma. These weapons boast the currently highest slide attack damage in the entire game, and their advantages, for some reason, do not stop there. These weapons are purely elemental, and even though they have very high base status chance, they also have 15% critical chance, which is more than fine to be using Blood Rush. And, of course, because they do have the highest slide attack damage in the game, Maiming Strike is kind of a complete no-brainer on this weapon. Though if you don't have it, these weapons are still perfectly fine. They just have a bit more of a ramp up to them, let's say. So, we will be showing off two builds. This is more of like a general use, not doing any specific combos build, and because it is corrosive only, it absolutely shreds armor even at 42% status chance. Beyond that, this weapon just does a fuck ton of damage. Because it has an absurdly high slide attack damage, it murders. It absolutely... You're gonna get a sneak peek at test number 2. It absolutely shreds to death all of these enemies. The one downside to this weapon, or well, 1.5 downsides, let's say, is that this weapon's reach is incredibly short. It is not lengthy by any means. And the other disadvantage is that at base, if you're not using Berserker or Prime Fury, this weapon is pretty slow. But if you are using Berserker, which I am, the slowness doesn't really factor in, and the range can be worked around. You just gotta go at your targets a little harder than you might with a lot of other melee weapons. So you can kind of see the evaporative properties, let's call them, like that. This weapon doesn't really give a fuck. Like, kind of doesn't care at all. Hey, and you're gone. One hit. Oh, see, there's that range though. It's very precise. It's like smaller than the weapons themselves, I think. But if you touch them, like you're playing tag, you win. And it does a lot of damage. So that was 27 hits to kill those guys. And the other build that I'm going to show is for those of you that are stealth inclined, or stealth multiplier inclined, let's say. So this second build is gas damage. Gas damage, when you're in stealth, is incredibly powerful, turns out, and with this weapon, because its slide attack damage is so high, it is, let's call it, devastating. So for this, we're going to switch to Loki, because then it's very simple to just show what's like going to be going on. Yeah, we're going to go to that test you saw before. I don't even need all this energy. The test you saw before, which is going to be 5 level 145 corrupted heavy gunners. So, something that you're going to immediately notice is that if I proc gas, they will die. Very quickly. They will die very fast. Because of the insane amount of slide attack damage this weapon has, and because it is purely elemental, this is, let's call it unfair to the enemies, because you're stacking multipliers in such a way that, it's just, yeah. Oh, proc electricity there. My luck is terrible. There it goes. There's gas, and they're dead. Yeah. Gas is viable for anyone using stealth or blinds and all of that. In fact, you can do a great deal of damage if you're using a blind mirage and using Hall of Mirrors with these as spin attacks. That is a great deal of damage that can be done. So yeah, if you want to try that out, that exists. It's very strong. It's very strong. But yeah, that's the Ohma. If you guys enjoyed this. I'll see you tomorrow.